Hello, this is Jeff Coding. Welcome in another episode of my Erlang tutorial series, and today I will be talking about recursion. And without further ado, let's go. So, what is recursion? Recursion occurs in programming when in the function definition there is a call of this function itself. Recursion is used in many algorithms, which common base is to simplify problem by dividing it to smaller sub-problems. For example, quicksort or binary search. And this very popular approach is called divide and conquer. Additionally, in Erlang, recursion is used instead of while and for loops. And the last but not least, recursion is broadly used in some Erlang design patterns called behaviors, like, for example, gen server or gen state machine, which all together create Open Telecom Platform, OTP. Now let's move to code and let me show you some examples. Here is the factorial function, which is often used to show the recursion usage in actually any programming language. So here is the special case when the value is 0 or 1, then the factorial returns 1. But if there is any other value, then factorial returns value multiplied by the factorial function, which takes as argument value -1. Next, here's the function quicksort, which I mentioned before. It is also example of recursion, but also is example of the divide and conquer approach. If you probably has already seen some quicksort code in C++, which looks like this, then the quicksort code in Erlang, it seems a bit different, but trust me, that's all you need to run valid quicksort. And as you can see, it's much shorter. Next, here is the example of usage recursion. Other algorithm, there is two functions. First takes only one argument and the second takes two arguments. And the point of these functions is to reverse the list which is passed as argument. And here we can see tail recursion. We are talking about tail recursion when the recursion call is the return value of the function. In theory, the tail recursion is a faster version of the other recursions, but you have to remember that recursion always is slower than iteration. But trust me, this is not big deal in Erlang. You do not have to worry about this, because we are using the recursion instead of iteration here. And the last example, which I want to show you, is the server function. It's a very simplified version of gen server. It just shows a concept of server in Erlang. It's just a function which is waiting for messages, which I will be talking about in future tutorials. And after it receives a message, then it handles it in the way we implement it. And after that, it calls itself with a changed argument, which is called a state in gen server. As you can see, here are some examples of messages which we can pattern match and handle it in some way which we want. And yes, I think it's all about recursion. It's broadly used in Erlang and you have to be familiar with it to make progress in Erlang. Thank you for watching and see you soon.